It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, good morning and welcome in to a Thursday morning edition here of Tingle & Co. We appreciate all of you starting your morning with us. We have got a busy show this morning, a packed studio and it's only going to get more packed as Seth Dardar, LSU new transfer edition, second baseman, third baseman, outfielder, first baseman, DH, wherever Jay Johnson decides to use.
Well, you remember what he said. Batter's box. That's what I'll play.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother.
Seth Dardar will be in here at 9 a.m. this morning to talk about the offseason preview, LSU baseball's 2026 season, as he is in Baton Rouge, back at home for his first year in the purple and gold. We'll obviously get to that at 9. We'll have Joe Schwarz previewing LSU versus Texas, a top 5 matchup in Austin tonight. Number 5 LSU versus number 4 Texas. We will be live watch partying here with Rohan Davey, who will join us with a beautiful brisket that he has brought home and smoked. Here, he'll bring it to us, and we'll enjoy it live with everyone's favorite LSU quarterback as we watch the Tigers, in my opinion, whoop the Longhorns in Austin. I'm extremely confident going into that matchup. But we're going to get straight to it. We're going to start with Poggi. Last night, 2 for 2, my friend. You're on a roll so far. Poggi's Picks brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel brings you our show every single day, and our guy Poggi's been giving you some winners for the last 2 days. Poggi, how'd it go last night?
Well, if you were on that, what a sweat that was, man. Holy.
How'd it go down? How was it? Because I saw, obviously, I lived it with you through your text messages.
It was actually one of the craziest things ever.
Not like this.
I was freaking out. Yeah, it was a tie game with a minute left. Missed a couple free throws. They go down. They miss shots. We get opportunities with about 30 seconds left. Still tie game. Couldn't get any shots to fall. They get a rebound, foul. They get free throws. We go down 2. Go shoot a 3. Bad shot. Rebound, foul. We're now down 4 with 3 seconds left. And
it's 3.5 is the line.
3.5. 3.7 seconds left. Down 4. I'm dead. Dead as can be. Gets the ball like he had a bet on it or something, and sprints all the way down the court, lays it up as time expires.
Cover.
Imagine taking, what was it, Clemson? Clemson minus 3.5.
I need to
Feeling so confident
need to find
with
this.
3.7 left.
It was one of my better. I've never been on that side before.
That's
I will
awesome.
say
Yeah,
that.
it's a great feeling.
Never been on that
Shout
side.
out to FanDuel.
I remember in college, there was a Miami pick six that didn't mean anything. And he was just like, well, I'm going to score pick 6 to cover at the gun. And I was like, this never happens to me. I was like, this is why we do it. Like, this feels incredible. Like, Miami lost. I don't care. First of all, Poggi, the biggest surprise is, like, he went to Stanford. We got to cover.
Well, when you're invested in it like that, it's a we.
It's a we.
It is a we. If I'm on you, it's a we. You know what I
so
mean?
You and
That's
the
just
point
how
guard
it
had the
is.
same bet, so it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He was with it. So
It
the
was a
people
we
are
experience.
2-0 these
There you
past
go.
couple days.
What do you have for tonight?
Well, obviously,
check
the
night.
good one is LSU to cover.
There you go.
I like that one. I do have another one if you want to
hit us
do
with
some
it.
men's
Hit us with it.
basketball. There's only like one good game, and that would be UAB against Memphis.
Okay.
Memphis is 1-6 on the road. They're both neck and neck with each other in the same standings for the conference. UAB, better record by a few games. They're minus 130. UAB money line.
UAB money line tonight versus Memphis. There you go. We've got LSU women's basketball. No line yet, but they're going to cover in UAB money line against Memphis. Shout out to our guy Poggi. 2 for 2 so far. So go ahead and tail that bet so you can feel confident. Speaking of feeling
2 for 2,
confident.
2 claps.
2 for 2. Two
For
claps.
Poggi.
Ready. But speaking of feeling confident, it's hard not to feel confident after what you watched yesterday. Lane Kiffin met with the media for the first time since he was introduced as LSU's head coach way back, and you said it was this early December.
December 1st.
December 1st was the first press conference, the introductory press conference from Lane Kiffin, and then he had his second press conference yesterday, 2 p.m. At Football Ops, and it was excellent. It was a packed house, and I don't think anyone was surprised by that from a media standpoint. We walk into the room, and the basketball goal is still up. The ball is still out. It was very hard not to just grab a hold of the basketball and get to it. But it was a packed house. Everyone wanted to hear what Lane Kiffin had to say and get their questions in. I do want to start With one thing I asked all you guys in the group chat this morning to have one word to describe that press conference. From you watching it, I think everyone in here watched it, I would assume.
4 times.
There you go. One word to describe that press conference from Lane Kiffin yesterday. We'll go around the room. Wyatt, you can go first.
My word, grounded.
Grounded.
I thought it was very grounded. I thought it was very confident but not cocky. When he talked about the transfer portal class, it was very like, yeah, we went out and got, a lot of talent, but we told you we were going to do that, and I like the distinction he made separating talent from wins. They have a lot of talent. He knows that. We know that. But that doesn't mean you're going to win a lot of games. And the easy comparison to make for me was to how Brian Kelly would have run this press conference. Brian Kelly would have come out here and pounded the table and, stuck out his chest like a peacock and said, look how good I did. Look how good I am. I'm the winningest coach in college football history. Applaud me. And that's not really what Lane did. Lane kind of came out here and said, we got a lot of talent. We knew that was going to happen, but, we still have a lot of work to do, and we're going to go win some football games.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think grounded is a very good word.
Thank you.
Very good choice. Christian, your one word?
If it's one word, I said cherry because I felt like it was a cherry on top from the portal season. If you look back at the first press conference, actions speak louder than words, and the last press conference was a lot of words with no actions. You go into this portal season, this offseason of hiring new coaches, getting new players, that's actions.
Yeah.
He did what he said he was going to do. I felt like if he went in the last the presser yesterday, he could have said literally whatever he wanted, and I would still feel the same way today. I don't think that presser mattered much, and I think it was just a cherry on top. It just made everything a little bit better.
I like that. Poji?
Relief.
Okay.
I think every LSU fan who watched that press conference just took like a sit back and just had a sigh and was just like, this is much better than what we were doing with a few months ago.
Right choice.
And it was awesome. Like Wyatt said, watched it multiple times. I mean, he's the man.
Yeah.
He's the man.
No, I agree. Lloyd,
We love our dad.
Your one word about our new head coach, Lane Kiffin's press conference yesterday?
Intentional.
Okay.
I felt very intentional.
Me and you are on the same. Yep, go ahead.
It just feels like everything that he was asked and the way he answered it felt like he wasn't surprised by anything. He kind of knew what he was going to get. And that's always not the easiest thing whenever there's a million questions that could be asked. But he had an answer for everything, and almost an answer that was not just reactive. It was telling in how he answered the question. And even if it was something that maybe he wanted to say, he found a way to get it in there in a way that was something that the fan base wanted to hear, and he always was able to maneuver to a point that I think all of us, and certainly LSU fans, looked at and go, good answer, good answer. Like he would hit on things about LSU, the culture, the brand, and then the people. And that there was one answer that was very telling when he talked about Sam Leavitt and Sutton. He's like, I don't take no for an answer. I don't take that easily. And it's like, that's the competitor in me. You forget that he played college football before he was, and that's even him competing. Whatever, it's like, you're not going to play. It's like, well, I'll find something to do.
Raised by a coach.
Right. And so that part of it where it's like the competition aspect, and then he goes, it's just like people from Louisiana. You got to work for what you get. And that's where everybody was like crushed it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was very intentional with what he was trying to do and say.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same wavelength as you. Mine was involved. And I think you're intentional in what you say and how you talk about it when you are immersed in it the entire time. And I think when you hear him speak about the process, about the off season, all of these things, he can talk about it in the manner he does because he's a part of it. This isn't, I got the note sheet handed to me beforehand and I'm kind of running through the cliff notes on what I need to hit on and what's going on. No, he's very much involved in everything that's happening. And all of these recruitments in the roster building, in the evaluation process, in the recruiting process for high school, all of those things he's very much involved in. And I think you can tell that by the way he speaks and by the answers he gave yesterday. And I thought it was a great press conference. I mean, if you, like I said, the stock for him is as high as it will ever be. And Christian was right. I don't think it could have been a bad press conference with the way everything's gone on up to this point. But I still think he crushed it. I think it really was refreshing to hear him speak about the program in the manner in which he did. Him speak about Louisiana in the manner that he did. It wasn't Louisiana, has great food, all of these things. It was,
I had
these
3 dinners.
Yeah, it was, these people work hard for what they have. They get up, they grind. That's what Louisiana is. That's what LSU is. He talked about the high school recruiting. He talked about wanting to get players from Louisiana, and not just these guys, but the ones that are littered throughout, because we've always said it, a Louisiana 3-star is probably a 5-star most other places. And he hit the nail on the head when he talked about it's because of the way they're coached and the mindset that they're born with, right? The mindset that they're raised with. All of that is very intentional and very involved. He's around this program. He's around the state. He's sat and had the conversations with the people, whether it's coaches, players, the influential people around the state, to know that, right? And all of that, to me, just shows how involved and how hands-on he is. He talked about the process of building the roster, right? And my favorite part was he talked about the resources. We've talked a lot about resources. And you can't say they could have done this without the resources, because they couldn't have. I mean, you have to have the money to pay for these kids. But he said it's a mix of the resources, a plan to how to use them, and then the evaluation process, which he called his specialty, him and his staff's specialty. And that was the part where he was oozing confidence when he talked about the evaluation aspect, right? It wasn't just I'm going to throw this out there and be cocky about it. I mean, he is that confident in their process to evaluate talent. And the proof is in the pudding if you just turn and look at the way he's done it, right? That he called it him and his staff's specialty. So when you combine that with the resources that LSU was able to provide, it created what you had this offseason.
Can I change my word?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we all missed an opportunity here. Different.
Yeah.
It is, and that's not
Yeah.
just it's not only different for Lane Kiffin, it's different from every head coach that LSU's had aside from one. Like, I'll continue to say that because a Les Miles press conference went a certain way, right? It wasn't necessarily about football somehow. It was about the inside the mind of Les Miles and him thinking he's a bowler during a football game. And you're like, okay, you're winning, so we'll talk about Columbus Day on not Columbus Day. And then you have Ed Orgeron, which is very much like fire me up, hit yourself in the face, and you're like, yeah, like I get it, this is who you are. But is it really a head football coach of what LSU is, or what we want it to be, or what it's perceived as? And people said, yes, it is. And it's like, sure, that's part of the culture here, but it isn't the culture here. And then there's Brian Kelly, had no clue what he was doing. And it was just an absolute swing and miss from the jump. And like you said, to imagine him up there again would have just been an atrocity that I don't think LSU could have ever recovered from the next. If they just would have rode this thing out, instead you get that where it's very, like I said, intentional. There's a plan. There's positivity going toward it and looking at it as not only from does the coach fit, it's he's making the place better.
Right, and it's not just an applaud me. Look at what we've done.
Oh, he could have easily rested on like, wow, look at all the people I brought in.
And I think one of the best.
It says, look what my staff did. They're working 2 jobs, and I refuse to talk about the place I've been at before. And people are like, even I like that.
Right, of course. And I think one of the best answers is clip number 3 in the folder, where he talks about the resources and the salaries for these athletes. He talks about production and all those things, because he knows him as the head coach, his assistant coaches, and now his roster have all been taken care of monetarily. And with that can come the questions, and it wasn't even a question that was asked of, hey, y'all all got the bag, y'all just going to cash it in now? Like, that wasn't the question. But he knows that those are the thoughts that arise in the mind of fans.
He already gets to his spot.
Right, and so he answered it well. And this is him talking about the salaries for him, staff, roster, and the production that goes along with it.
It's a production business. Tell our players that, tell our coaches that. And these coaches were paid a lot of money to come here, okay, and they need to produce. And so the first thing that you can do is the signing of the first class. And so if you're paid all this money, all this build up of the hiring, and we went and got them, and you had all these places to do all that stuff, okay, that's great. That first press conference is cool and everything. All right, but where's the production? So again, the final production is obviously the winning on the field. Well, we can't win the game today, but what you can win is the roster and the recruiting. So, yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. If you go get a staff and pay them what you do, you expect a lot. No different than these players are sitting here, and we go pay a player a lot, we have a lot of expectations for them. They need to produce. I told them today, I told the staff yesterday, I told the players today, you guys may have these salaries, okay? Don't sit around and think, okay, well, you have this salary for this coming year because of what you did before, okay? Because you won this before, you were this good player before, or you coached these players in the position last year, okay? This salary is for the work you're supposed to do. You're getting paid each month moving forward. I think because of what you did before, because then you can just sit around and you won't be very good because you'll keep saying, well, I earned that. No. You got to go earn this every month, all right? And that's why you're here, and that's the way I try to get them to look at it.
Yeah, I mean it's the old it's earned, not given, right? And a lot of times in this new era of college football, you can look at these contracts as if they're given, right? Not as if they're earned. And and obviously the contracts do have something to do with past performance, right? You're not going to pay a guy $1 million that hasn't produced prior. But it's the great way of looking at it and setting the standard now as the LSU head football coach of, no, you're being paid for what you're expected to do, right? Your contract is based on what you're going to do this year, not what you've done at Colorado or at Arizona State or at USC or at Ole Miss or the other place, wherever you were at prior. And I think it was a really refreshing answer to hear because it wasn't the question that was asked, but it's something that obviously is going to run through the mind because of what's happened in the past, where a head coach can get a job, big time offer, and essentially coast his way through is what it felt like, right? That's what the ultimate feeling was at the end of it all. And you see a coach now who's got a big old contract, who's got coaches with big old contracts and players with big old contracts, but they're setting the standard of it wasn't given because of what has happened. It's given because it's going to be earned by what's to come. And it's a great way to kind of set the standard early. And I thought it was a really, really good answer. We'll play clip 1 where Lane talks about going to work. Because, look, I think he really has done a very good job of showing a different side of him since coming to Baton Rouge that you don't really see unless he's your coach, right? And I think when you look at Lane Kiffin, there are all these stigmas, all these titles and nicknames or words attached to him, right? He was basically like a child prodigy, and it was too early for him. He wasn't mature enough for all of those things. But you forget that, like Lloyd said, he was a Division I athlete. He was the son of one of the most legendary football coaches of all time, right? And so all of those things are still hardwired in him. He is still a competitor. He still wants to win. He's different than a lot of the way he can be portrayed, but it's only something you can truly witness when he's your head coach. So here is Lane Kiffin talking about time to go to work now as he's the head coach of Louisiana State University football.
We have a lot of work to do now. We had a team meeting this morning right here a few hours ago and talked a lot about that. So you all came together and came from all these different places, okay? But now you've got to put all that aside and you've got to be able to work for the betterment of the program and the team and to put all that together. And that'll be a ton of work for a long time now in this offseason. Defensively, obviously keeping mostly the defensive staff allows us schematically over there, not much change, but offensively, we have all the new players and a new system to put in here. So excited about the work ahead. One of the good things, obviously, about all of this change is that you do have a lot of really talented players. So that is a big challenge to be able to say, okay, can we put them all together so they play really well? And, we've been able to do that really the last couple of years at the previous place of a ton of turnover, especially last year. And this time a year ago, having a much different roster and turnover and all kinds of players go to the NFL and I think 2 returning starters, and we're able to do what we did. So this is a great challenge.
But he's confident, right? And he's confident because he's done it before. When you look at Ole Miss, they had 30-something transfer additions last year to that roster, and they go 11-1 and make a playoff berth, right? A lot of things have to go right, but he's confident in him and his staff's ability to get that process going and to get a team to mesh and gel, right? Because that's probably the biggest concern going into next year is, okay, you've put together this roster. Like he said, because we've put together this elite roster, does that mean we're going to win? No. Right? That's what everyone's concern is. Can you do the process between build the roster and win? Can you do those things to make that part happen? And you can see the confidence he has in their ability to do that. I want to play one more clip. This is clip number 4. This is him talking about signing Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson. Obviously, extremely important players, but I also thought the manner in which he talked about it, right, where he said – because the question was posed as – I think it was Shay that asked it.
Yeah.
There was a time when you first got the job, you didn't know if those guys were going to sign in that early. There was a lot of question marks about what was going on. And Lane did a very good job of kind of squashing that whole thing and also saying it wasn't because of Lane Kiffin, right? He also said, I think he said it wasn't because of Frank Wilson. It wasn't because of Blake Baker. There was no D-line coach. There was none of those pieces. It was because of those 3 letters, those 2 colors. It was because of LSU. Here's Lane talking about the job that's been done to get those 2 guys here and what the brand of LSU means in that process.
I did think about that. Can you imagine having to wait to sign those 2 guys till today? It would have been a long wait. So, that was a big emphasis right away, was the relationship with them, and then also getting them in that first period instead of trying to hold through all of this. Guys, to me that, I get some credit for that when people are like, oh, Lane Kiffin signed the number 1 player in the country. Okay, LSU signed him. So I don't know of any other school, like when you take those 2, for instance, that we don't even have a D-line coach at the time, okay, solidified. And they still sign with LSU. But that's not because of Lane Kiffin. That's not because Frank Wilson. Okay, that's the power of a place that they would decide to sign instead of waiting and having to see everything involved because they both knew it was LSU. And that's why they were committed before Lane Kiffin got here, or Billy got here. Again, it's a big reason why we're here. When you have a place that can do things like that, that's that powerful in the way that kids think, especially for Louisiana kids, but in general, nationally, that's a place you want to align with. And then you want to do all these other things we've discussed, but to have that brand with you makes a big difference with that.
And then
there he is, Lane Kiffin. It is different, man, and it was a really good answer. He did a very good job at lifting up this state, this city, all of those things, right? He talked about how special Baton Rouge is from a standpoint of he doesn't have to ask restaurants or the servers to help recruit a player. It's already in the fabric of this place. Football is Louisiana. Like football is Baton Rouge. So you don't have to tell a restaurant, hey, when the player gets here, we need to treat them like this and handle it this way. No. We already know how to handle that, right? That's who we are. It's all that matters. And he did a very good job at propping up this city and this state in that manner from a football standpoint, acknowledging the program that, in my opinion, it's a program that he doesn't feel like he has.
It's to build it.
Yeah, like it's not this energy around it of,
no, wait and
LSU,
see.
I've made it. I'm done. And like, no, this is a place that you come to and you grow something special. And I think he's realized since getting here something. He's living what Nick told him, right? Coach Saban sits there and tells you it's different. It's the best job in the country. All these things, you'll realize it once you're there. And then he's gotten here and he's seen it all firsthand.
It's a person that needed a place and a place that needed a person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like it's as of now, it's the match that if you're LSU, you've kind of been waiting for, and if you're Lane Kiffin, it's the job that he's been searching for. Like he's obviously taken big leaps to Tennessee and taking leaps to USC, and he's looking for something. And at USC, there's not the football buy-in that you would expect from that place. Was a power. He had been there, and at that time, yeah, it was a rock concert. It was Will Ferrell and Snoop Dogg, and it was all the other things, and the football was like the party. But when it came to the actual game, it felt like this doesn't really have a lot of juice to it. Like, it's fun to win, but you're going to the Coliseum, and there's, 50,000 people there, and it's more of like the show on the sidelines than the show in the game.
Right.
You go to Tennessee, expectations are massive. There is the crowd fan base at like the biggest stadium and all of that. It's like, I can't really recruit here, or I don't have the same mindset of or how to do it yet. And the expectations were so high, I had no time. Here it's a place that is desperate for a head coach that has the same buy-in as the fan base, a place that's already been built up and established with the brand. And he looks at it and goes, y'all kind of need me. Like, y'all need help.
Yeah.
Because when he walked in, I'm sure he's like, this place is incredible. Why are y'all losing?
Right.
And it's like, well, I could take this to where it should be.
And I feel like this is a credit. This is going to be a compliment to Ole Miss, so I'll be nice to them for a moment. It's the same way that he needed Ole Miss and Ole Miss needed him. But now he's at a new phase of his career where he needs LSU. He needs that next step, and LSU needed that energy, that vibe, that work ethic. So I think it really was a very good press conference and just encapsulating how right this is. And it's hard to not be excited. And obviously, you will see what happens on the field. He talks about it, but it's hard not to be confident when you can see in him, he's got the same mindset as every fan, right? I know what we did from a roster building standpoint. We won the roster, but that doesn't lead to wins. And he's got the right mindset about it. So, look, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll come right back with Joe Schwarz, LSU women's basketball assistant coach, to preview the top 5 matchup tonight. And also, Lane Kiffin gave credit to that. One of my favorite lines of the whole press conference was he called LSU Olympic Village. Mm-hmm. Because he talked about, you walk around, you see the best women's basketball players in the world, the best baseball players in the world, track and field, all of these things. It's Olympic Village. And I thought it was such a – I had never thought of it that way. I mean, we've always thought, you have the best athletes in the world here. But calling it Olympic Village I thought was awesome. And he credited Kim Mulkey and that women's basketball program. And you're going to get to watch them tonight in a top 5 matchup on primetime television. We'll obviously be live for it, and we'll get you ready for it right now with Joe Schwarz, LSU women's basketball assistant coach.
Branning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Big time, top 5 matchup between LSU women's basketball and Texas in Austin. Number 4 versus number 5. This is why you come to LSU, playing these big time, prime time matchups, and it's hard not to be excited for what's going to happen tonight in Austin as Kim Mulkey's team is on a roll. And we've got a part of that team here joining us live, LSU women's basketball assistant coach Joe Schwarz, live from Austin. How's it feel to be back, Coach?
It's good. It's exciting. First time back since last year, obviously, and haven't been back as much as I thought I'd be since I graduated, but it's a business trip. And, you know, when you hear number 4 versus number 5, Texas versus LSU, what more could you ask for? It's the SEC playing for a lot right now, and but at the end of the day, it's just another game. And it's exciting. It's going to be a great crowd, but you've got to bottle up that energy and be ready to play a 40-minute battle tonight because it's going to be tough. We know what Texas does. We know that it'll be their biggest crowd of the year. We attract big crowds no matter where we go. And I don't want to say it's a rivalry, but our last 3 games have been pretty close, all decided by less than 10 points, and they've been physical. We've had players that have been hurt in some of those games and haven't played. Last year, Flage was a little banged up and didn't have her best game, and Nisa got hurt in one of them. So Texas is rolling too. We're rolling. Texas is rolling and ready for a war tonight.
Yeah. How did the week of, obviously we talked to you on Monday. It was a huge win this past weekend over Alabama in the PMAC. But we talked to you about the preparation going into that game and everything since. How was everything this week? What have you seen from the team and their preparation getting ready for this big-time matchup?
It's been solid. It's been a normal game week. Obviously, Sunday was a big win. But like Coach always says, after a big win, when we get in the film room, if what you did yesterday still looks big to you today, then you haven't done much today. So we watched a little bit of film on that Bama game. Good things we did, and then we flushed it. Great win. Everyone played well, but now we have to move on to Texas. So got back in the film room on Tuesday and watched a lot of film on Texas and the good stuff we did against them, the bad stuff we did against them. Then we watched some stuff that they've done in other games, and you just have to have a good level of focus, and I think that's what we've seen from our team. Really, this 7-game stretch that we've been on, this little win streak, is being in the moment, understanding matchups, understanding what we have to do to win, and playing together. I think that's been the biggest thing. And the Kentucky game and the Vanderbilt game, we were a little selfish, and we weren't doing the little things that it takes to win. And now, when you start 0-2, you feel like your back's against the wall, but the sky wasn't falling. And I think we had to reset, refocus, and you've really seen your leaders step up, especially in a week like this, when you know you can't do a ton on the court, just because we're halfway through conference, it's February. We're not out there practicing 2.5, 3 hours. We're out there an hour 15 to an hour 45, and that's including our warm-up and stretching and our walk-through scouting stuff. So you're not going to be out on the court long, but in that hour to hour and a half that you're actually moving around and getting a sweat and getting that heart rate up, it's got to be intentional. And I think that's the key word. We've been intentional with our process going into this game, just like we have been for the past 6 that we've won, 7 that we won, however many it's been. So continuing to have a high level of focus, energy, enthusiasm. Once again, that'll start this morning. Breakfast at 9:30, and then we'll have shoot around this afternoon, and it's a late game. So going to get off our feet this afternoon and probably head to the arena a little bit early, just because it's such a long day. You don't want to get to the arena and start off on the wrong foot. You've got to be ready to go, 8 p.m. tip, and I think having a high level of enthusiasm and excitement to play in a game like this, like you said to open, this is why you come to LSU. This is why you play in the SEC. Games like this, moments like this, opportunities like this. And this is the last time that 3 of our players will come to Texas to play at UT. So excited about it and ready to see what we've got.
You mentioned a little bit in the losses that there was a sense of selfishness. Then I go back and I think about the Alabama game, and it was a sense of selflessness. Have they seen the other side of it? Like when you play that way, get everybody involved, move the basketball around, that this is actually more fun to play this way because, it, like I said, gets everybody involved. It's a better brand of basketball, but it has to feel like it's almost a more fun way to play your ass off on defense, to share the ball on the offense, and then kind of get moving a little bit as opposed to the isolation basketball. Because I think that's when y'all get stuck, is it becomes like the hot potato game as opposed to when you're flying up and down the court, getting stops defensively. Has that kind of clicked a little bit of when you play selfless, like it becomes much easier and much more fun to be able to, and it's a better brand of basketball and leads to more wins?
No doubt. I feel like every week it's amazing how much can be accomplished if no one cares who gets the credit. And seeing that come into fruition in a game like Alabama, a top 25 team where everyone got to play, everyone produced, everyone scored. We had showtime behind the back passes. We had block shots. We had really everything you could ask for in a big team win. And that's not, I mean, we know our non-conference schedule wasn't any good. We beat a lot of those teams pretty handedly, and everyone got to play, everyone got to score. But when you do it against a really good team on your home court in front of a huge crowd, you get back in the locker room and you're like, wow, we can be really, really good if we play that type of basketball. And it was nothing that we did special. We were solid defensively. We shared the ball on offense. We executed it. And you look up and you're up 40, and honestly, could have been up more. They went on that little 11-0 run in the fourth quarter that, I don't want to say got them back in it, but I mean, that was a 40 to 50 point win if you take that 11-0 run out. But I think for the young ones on the team who haven't been here, or the new players who haven't been here, seeing how good we can be when we play that brand of basketball, then you get back on the practice court and it's like, all right, continue to work on it in practice. What got us that big lead in the Bama game? Sharing the ball, team defense, being in the right spot, help defense, jumping in passing lanes. I mean, Kate Koval had a couple at the top of the key, carry over from the scout. You knew if the post player was popping out to the three-point line, it was so they could reverse the ball. Well, twice in the game, she jumped that pass and had breakaways. So I think it all starts with focus, and when everyone's on the same page in the film room, at practice, communicating, then it starts to carry over into your walkthroughs, into your shoot-arounds, and then day of the game, you feel like you're ready to go. And Coach uses the kind of the metaphor, it's like a test. It's like you're taking a test in school. Like, we're going to give you every answer to the test, whether it's what this player does, what this player does, what plays they run. We're going to give you all the answers. It's like in college, they would always do the reviews for tests on 8 a.m. on a Thursday if you had a test on Friday. You show up, you're most likely going to pass the test on Friday. So we're giving them all the answers. Now their job is to go pass the test, and the game's a test. And if you prepare for a test and you study hard and you work at it, most likely you're going to do well on the test. So I think just focus and being present every day is really what's continuing to help our team win and help our team get better. And the crazy thing about it is we're still not playing our best basketball right now. We're playing really well. Sunday was really, really good LSU women's basketball. But you go back and look, there's still some things we can clean up. And that's what's so scary is if we were to clean up a few more of those things, you turn a 40-point win into a 50-plus point win. Last time we played Texas, there were some things that we did really, really well. There were also some things that we can clean up on. And it's going to be like that in every game. You're never going to play a perfect game. But I think being intentional with the process and trying to have as much carryover as possible, trying to get everyone involved and on the same page, that's what's important. And you're going to look up tonight at 8 o'clock and you're going to see 12 players in purple ready to go.
Obviously, the second matchup against Texas this season after defeating them in the PMAC maybe a month or so ago. My question to you, what are some of the things y'all saw in film against Texas from that first game that you feel like are going to be huge for y'all to improve on to be able to beat a team 2 times in one season?
You know, the biggest thing is going to be taking care of the basketball. We did a really, really good job of taking care of the ball against Texas. It's a road game for us. Texas has been drawing decent crowds. Like I said, we know they're going to have a great crowd tonight. We've got to match their physicality and toughness because they're a tough team. They play hard. They get up in you and guard. They deny. They set good screens. We've got to guard them on the defensive end, like when they're on offense, and then when we have the ball, we've got to take care of it. Last game, I think we had 16 turnovers, which against Texas, I think they're top 10 or top 15 in the country in turnovers per game. I think they're forcing almost 24 turnovers a game. We had 16. We went back and looked. 6 of them had nothing to do with Texas. Just throwing the ball out of bounds. On offense, we dribbled one off our knee. So we didn't have 10 turnovers, but Texas forced 10 turnovers against us. The other 6 were just on us. So you take 2 or 3 of those away, and you're down to 13, 14 turnovers because the biggest thing about Texas, and I don't want to say it's a boring brand of basketball, I think almost 30 points a game come from turnovers. So if you take care of the ball, you take away almost a third to 40% of what Texas does on the offensive end. Their defense is their offense. If they get steals, they get runouts, that's their offense. So if you take care of the ball, not only are you going to have a chance to execute on the offensive end, but it takes away from what they do. So the biggest thing is going to be physicality and toughness. We got to match that, and that is mental. A lot of our turnovers are just mental. I mean, just not being smart with the basketball. So we've got to be tough mentally and physically. The other thing that's been really good after our first 2 losses in conference is win the 50-50 balls. God, it seems like we're on the floor for every loose ball. We're flying around defensively. We've got to be good in transition, and part of that's taking care of the basketball. If they get steals, it's hard to be good in transition defense because they're getting layup after layup. And then matchups, obviously. They've got one of the best players in the country with Madison Booker. She's unbelievable. Great talent. Really, really good player. And has played well against us the past couple of years. Last year at their place, I think she was 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Had a big second half against us. And we know she's going to get hers. But you've got to understand matchups. You got to understand who you're guarding, who are the shooters, who aren't the shooters, and then our post play. Post play's gotten a lot better since we played Texas the first time. Our post play is continuing to get better throughout conference. And you go back and look in that first game, Kate Koval only played 8 minutes. Kate's playing a lot better in this 7-game stretch. She played good the past few games, and a lot of that's on the defensive end. And that starts in the film room. That starts working with Coach Starkey and Daphne extra. And then just understand it's another game. This is the game you grew up playing. It's no bigger than any other game we've played. It's just a game that happens to be on the schedule today. So go out and enjoy it. Play with the high level of excitement, but don't let the game be too big. We broke it down last time we played them into 5-minute segments, and we'll do the same thing tonight. Each media timeout, you come back to the huddle. We look at the score, look at how we shot it for those 5 minutes, look what we did defensively for the next 5 minutes. And if you win enough of those 5-minute segments, you're going to look up at the end of the game and you're going to be pretty excited with the outcome.
Obviously, you're going to be invested, competitive in the basketball game, but is it ever do you ever sit back and think about when you have a matchup like tonight with just an excitement of you're going to get to sit and watch 2 top 5 teams. You're going to get to see Michaela Williams up against Madison Booker and just the level of basketball that you're going to get to witness tonight in Austin.
Yeah, no doubt. It's one of those things you don't get a lot of sleep the night before.
Right.
Just thinking about it. Obviously, I don't want to say this game means more to me than it means to anyone else, but having been here and played here for 5 years, seeing people that I know, seeing all the banners up in the arena. Obviously, it's a different arena that I played in, but a lot of memories from Austin and being here. So knowing that I have a little history here, and now I'm on the other side, getting to coach against my alma mater and being a part of it, but also not just my alma mater that's really freaking good.
Yeah.
Vic's done a really good job with those teams, and has been. Vic's a great coach, but yeah, there's no doubt this is a Final Four caliber game, and we're going to look up in March and maybe April, and we could be playing Texas again. We've said it all year. The SEC is brutal, and Texas was our round robin matchup. The team we had to play twice. There's a chance we play them again in the SEC tournament, and there's a chance we could play them again in the NCAA tournament. So there's a chance that we could play this team 4 times in 1 year. And when you sit back and you think about that, you're like, wow, this is good for the game. Primetime, ESPN, 8 o'clock tip, a little bit later than we'd asked for, but hey, if they're moving us to an 8 p.m. slot to be on primetime national television, you're not going to argue with it. It's better than a 5 o'clock game or an 11 a.m. tip. I'm not sure why the SEC ever has teams playing at 11 a.m. That does nothing. You're not breaking attendance records at 11 a.m. But tonight, 8 p.m., going to be a great crowd. Hopefully there won't be much traffic on the way to the gym. I think last time we played Texas, we got stuck in like a half marathon or marathon traffic. And so an 8 p.m. tip, hopefully that Austin traffic will have cleared up a little bit and we can get to the gym by about 6:30 and get ready to play. But yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt as a coach, you sit back and this is the way you do it. You compete against teams like Texas in more than basketball. You compete in recruiting. You compete in NIL. You compete in facilities. You compete in all types of things, championships. You go back to 2019. What was that guy's name? Joe Burrow, 3rd and 17.
Right.
I was at that game. So as new to the SEC as Texas is, they've fit in pretty well since they got to the conference. Their football team's been pretty good. They made it to their women's basketball made it to a Final Four last year. They were co-champions in the SEC. So this isn't like a random new team popping into the conference. They've made some noise and they've made a splash. So I think they're 21-2. I think we're 21-2. 22 and some pretty similar records. Yeah. We're tied in the conference right now. And this is a big game for us, for more than just beating Texas, but for the NCAA tournament. This is another resume builder for us. And you know what? If we don't win tonight, it's not the end of the world.
That's right.
Texas is a really good team. We're not supposed to win tonight. We're the road dogs. So you go in there with it's one of my favorite terms, ACL, aggressive, confident, loose. Just ready to go, play hard, be confident. But at the end of the day, it's just another game. And I think if you think about it like that and just play with a high level of confidence and excitement, good things are going to happen. I think our players are ready. I think you're going to see an excited Flage, an excited Michaela. Jada's been playing well. Lay, she struggled against Texas a little bit shooting the ball, but she made some really, really big plays for us down the stretch when we needed them. Hit a big buzzer beater to end, I think, the 3rd quarter. And we need everyone tonight. It's going to be a full team. We need all 12 ready to go, and yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I'm excited for it.
Real quick before we let you go. 2019, what colors were you wearing for that Texas LSU game?
I had not been hired by the university yet. I was wearing a Texas jersey. I was wearing a Texas jersey, but I was living in Louisiana, and I was working for the Pelicans, and so I very quickly after that started to root for LSU a little bit, and wearing an LSU jersey come that January when I was at the Superdome for the national championship. So it's funny how quickly things can turn. But yeah, I'm rocking with tonight, and I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a good one. I know our kids will be ready to play. I hope it's not one of those where you just turn the TV off. I know their style of basketball, it may look sloppy at times. They're going to press us the whole game. They're going to get up in us and guard. But it's going to come down to who takes care of the ball and who makes plays down the stretch. It's been like that the past 3 times we've played them. We've had leads against them. They've had leads against us. It's not going to be one of those high-scoring affairs like the Alabamas or the Oklahomas, because that's just not the style of basketball that Texas brings. They are Texas tough. That's their motto defensively. They don't shoot it well from 3. I think they only make 3 a game. We make 5 a game. We go to the free throw. I think we're 13 or 14 they're 14 for 20 from free throws. We're like 16 for 20. So got to get to the foul line against them. Got to stay out of foul trouble. Keep Texas off the free throw line. And see what happens. We got the recipe. We've got the answers to the test. Now we have to go take it. So should be a fun one tonight.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. We're excited. We're fired up over here. We appreciate you making some time for us, Coach, and best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all. 8 o'clock.
There it
Go
is.
Tigers.
Go Tigers. There he is, Joe Schwarz, LSU women's basketball assistant coach, previewing tonight's top 5 matchup. We will take a quick break here, come right back with one of LSU's newest faces in the baseball program, Seth Dardar, making his way back in right after this.
Tom and Ryan Granning and Bill Martin on the Go Delman.
Go Martin has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Hour number 2. It is almost the most wonderful time of the year, and that's when LSU baseball is rocking in Alec Box Stadium. We are how many days? 8 days away.
Mikey days away.
Shout out to Mikey Matuk. 8 days away from LSU baseball. First pitch on the 13th, and we are joined by one of the new faces of the program. Seth Dardo has made his way into the studio. It's the second time now to preview this season. Seth, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank y'all for having me back on. I'm excited to be here.
Of course. We're excited to see you continue to ball out on the field. It's been a good spring for you a good preseason for you up to this point, right?
Yes, sir.
You feel confident in not just yourself, but everything that's going on around you, right? Jay Johnson went up to the podium in the preseason presser and talked about obviously last year winning the national championship, and you look ahead to this season, and instead of it being, hey, let's run it back, it's more so instead, let's not focus on last season, focus on this year. And for you, it's obviously a little bit different because you weren't on last year's roster. But what have you seen from that standpoint of having the mindset of 2026, not 2025?
Yeah, a lot of people talk about us having like a target on our back, and Coach kind of said, take the gun and point it at the other guy, kind of be on the offensive.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot about like being where your feet are. Obviously last year's team was great and all, but we have a goal this year, and it's to do the same thing basically. So be where our feet are, be present, and just go for it.
When you are in Alec Box Stadium and they unveiled the new Intimidator not that long ago, and you're able to sit in the batter's box and you look at it right there in the outfield, what does that mean for you as someone that's from here, hasn't been with the program but is here now, and you get to look out there and see that?
Yeah, I think I have a pretty cool perspective just because I've been going to Alex Box Stadium my whole life and being on kind of the outside in the stands, but now that I'm on the field, I try to stay grateful for it. Like a lot of times I'll be on FaceTime with one of my friends pulling up to the stadium in the morning, and they're like, dude, you know how lucky you are to be showing up there every day? So I kind of try to keep that perspective and just be grateful and take everything in.
Well, we were saying whatever, like a new additions or whether it be freshmen, transfers, whatever they look up to it, they have to think like, I want my year up there.
Yeah.
Like it's obviously great perspective to see I'm at the mecca of college baseball. Now you have players on the team that you're now playing with they can look at the Intimidator and say, I put a year up there. I put that 2025 up there. You could say that you're on LSU baseball, but you want to be able to put 2026 up there so that when you come back and look at it again, you're like, that's my year. That was our team. And it has to be like almost a driving force to be like, I want to be a part of the Intimidator too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And something Coach Johnson always says is they don't remember you unless you win something.
Yeah.
Especially
God,
here.
that's so true.
Well, especially here because we have so many championships in the past. Like, you kind of do have to win a championship in order to be remembered. So it's definitely a good motivator for us.
What's it been like for you? Obviously, you talked about when you first got here and Coach Johnson and all that, but now you've spent a year here, a fall into the preseason now. What's your relationship like with Coach Johnson? What are your impressions of him now that you've gotten to know him much better?
Yeah, now that I'm in the program and get to see it like firsthand, it's even more impressive. Honestly, He's definitely like the best coach in the country, hands down. And he's just the hardest worker, the best leader, and everything you want in a head coach.
And what about him? Obviously, we get to see it from kind of an outsider perspective, like you're saying. But now
Speak for yourself.
You're on the inside. You're in the dugout, right? You're in the clubhouse. You get to see, when he sits up there and he goes through this is what you do today to help us win. All those things that make him different. What is it like sitting there and witnessing? What separates him from all these other coaches?
He's so detail-oriented and so meticulous down to, really everything. Like having us in the right mindset as a team and telling us what our job is. He really simplifies it for us, and that makes it super easy when, we can get caught up in the fall, like in the monotony of things or getting complacent. He really lays out, exactly what we need to do, each day and help us get better and prepare for the season.
And with this 2026 team, right? You have returners from last year's team that obviously won a national championship. You have these new freshmen that are coming in, and you have, like yourself, this new crop of transfers that have come in and are going to make an impact. What have you seen from kind of the roster standpoint of you guys kind of meshing together and gelling and becoming not just a roster or good players, but like a real team?
Yeah. I think we all have one common goal, and that's to win a national championship. So we're able to kind of mesh together because of that. And then a lot of the new guys can lean on those guys that were on last year's team and even the year before when they didn't win it because they have a lot of experience doing both and they kind of know what it takes. So I think leaning on those guys and then leaning on older guys, kind of like myself, like the freshmen lean on us and stuff like that. We all kind of lean on each other, and we know that at the end of the day we all want the same thing.
Yeah.
Because it could be real easy to get like clicked up because you have like the transfer players that come in all kind of all at the same time. You have freshmen that come in at the same time, but that's like a group of new guys. And I feel like it's pretty impressive what Jay has done. At least he's done this in the past, where he kind of puts the portal players together. All the new guys either live together or in groups together, and it makes the I guess the incumbents, the guys that are already on the team, kind of go to y'all or y'all go to them. It could either be a rift or it could be this is a way to bring you together. And from everything we've heard, we talked to Kaysen last night. He's like, this is, and they said the same thing last year. He's like, this is the closest team I've ever been on. He's like, no, this is the closest team I've ever been on, because I did feel like they learned a lot from doing that, coming together in the offseason, being around each other when it's not just practice. Do you feel that same thing where there's like an immediate like call to action to be able to like bring these people together and stay together as a team, as opposed to we just see each other at practice and we all go our separate ways?
No, yeah, we definitely make an effort to become a closer team, and I was kind of talking to you about this before we hopped on, but like most teams kind of mesh throughout the season. Like sometimes it takes a long time, and like as the season goes on, we get closer and closer, but the season hasn't even started yet, and this is probably the closest team I've been on in college, so.
And I'll ask you this because of your perspective from being at other programs and other teams. What makes this team different? Now that you're at LSU and you have this talent around you, right? That it is the best of the best from just a roster standpoint, coaching, all of those things. What makes LSU different from? And no disrespect to any other programs, but what makes LSU different than the others?
Well, I think it starts at the top with Coach Johnson. He's like super proactive in trying to hash things out that might affect us, like complacency and stuff like that. And then even on our side, like the proactiveness, like the first time we got here in the summer, we had like a get together and we were already trying to like build that team chemistry. And so I really think that's what it is. And then we've done it before, like our LSU has done it before. And so we kind of know like the blueprint and what it takes. And so just being proactive about it and giving our best effort, not just obviously on the physical side of things on the field, but everything off the field as well.
And from a on the field, and kind of a off the field standpoint, the leaders of this team, a lot of expectations are put into that outfield, right? Guys like Jake Brown, Chris Stanfield, obviously Derek Curiel. Those three guys, getting to know them and being around them, how big of an impact does that make for you and for the rest of the team?
No, it's awesome, and then having our entire outfield back from a national championship team is pretty legit. So, but they're awesome leaders. They're great guys. And they're not just great baseball players. So it's awesome to be around them.
And then from a perspective of you've worked a lot in the middle infield, right? The guy on the other side of second base at shortstop, in my opinion, is one of the best, if not the best, shortstop in the country, right? Especially on the defensive side. What has he meant in that role of kind of getting everyone comfortable, and how much confidence does it give you when you go out there to play knowing that he's right there at short?
No, yeah, he's hands down the best infielder I've ever played with, and just being able to practice with him.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, but at practice, like just being able to watch him and almost try to like replicate what he's doing is it helps out everybody. So sorry, Wyatt.
Can I get second?
Sure.
Oh, what about Big Papa? I thought York was over there. Kaysen Evans said he could flash the leather.
Yeah, I know. I saw a clip. He said like 300-pound shortstop over there or something.
Yeah,
so I'll check
that's basically what I was at 9 years old, to be honest. So
pushing 3 bills.
Yeah, it's tough.
For those that don't know, I guess I'll let Wyatt or Seth tell the story how y'all know each other, while Wyatt feels like he should be in this conversation at all. So whoever wants to take the lead on that.
You got it.
Yeah, I mean, we used to play baseball together back in the day, 9, 10s, and 11-year-olds. The Louisiana Stars, we were top 32 in the country 3 years running.
There you go.
Yep.
And you were what position?
I was first baseman.
There you go.
A lot of errant throws from this guy that I was making up for, some scoops. Yeah, I was very athletic back in the day. Still am, really.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Why don't you, Seth, maybe put in a word if you need, somebody else at first.
Yeah.
Well, don't make him pull your arm.
Did y'all give out awards at the end of the season?
I mean, you want to push me into this. I guess we'll talk about it, all right? 9-year-old season, 2010, right? Defensive Player of the Year award. 4 votes go to Seth Dardar, 3 votes go to Wyatt Vaughn. All right? I had to settle for the teammate award. All right? So I guess my question would be, how do you sleep at night?
That award's still hanging up on my wall.
I'm sure it is.
I'm
sure it is.
either.
I know. I have mine too. It's on my thing.
Teammate award. I mean, how could you not give it to Big Country over here?
Come on, man. Look at the fit, bro. The fit is tough.
That's the kid that thinks he's getting an award.
That is aura. I mean, that's aura right there.
Sleeve.
That's a great
That's
picture.
aura.
I mean, you look like a player.
Come on, man. I should have brought my hat.
And this is how you end up best teammate of the year.
There you go.
There we are.
I wonder which one's Wyatt.
The fucking 300-pound chunk in the back.
Is that you in front, Dardar?
Yeah, it is.
Front and center. That's where the stars go.
Yeah, where the defensive player of the year gets to stand.
Well, if I'd have stood in front, you'd have not seen nobody else. You wouldn't have seen anybody.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, but speaking of, now you have a past first baseman here, but Zach York, obviously another transfer that's come in. Offensively and defensively, I think has been very impressive up to this point. What's it been like getting to know him, working with him, and also being on the field, playing with him?
Yeah, he's a great guy, great locker room guy. He's a character. I think everybody's kind of said that in all the interviews I've watched. But not only that, he's a great baseball player. I mean, he could really swing in. He could really move over there at first base. So he's awesome.
And, obviously you look at him and you don't expect, but we were talking to Jason Armstrong, who is at Inside LSU Baseball. He covers the program, and he called Zach York a leadoff hitter in like a 300-pound body. Like this massive.
How much does he weigh so we don't get this kid? Like, is he like 285? Is that fair to say? Because 300's crazy.
This tank of a person.
Yeah, unit.
Right, with the mindset and the ability of a leadoff hitter, like to go up there and fight off pitches. I think he had more home runs than strikeouts, right? Walks than strikeouts.
Yeah, more walks than strikeouts.
He either walked or he jogged around the bases because he hit it out. What's it been like watching him work at the dish?
No, it's super impressive, and his strike zone awareness is great, kind of like you were mentioning. But it's crazy because he can have the power numbers, but also have the walks numbers and even the singles numbers. Like he's good at slapping it in the left field or really whatever it takes to get on. So I think that's a pretty good description of him.
Do you think you see him in the leadoff spot some?
I mean with the three outfielders we have there.
York.
No, he definitely could though. He'd definitely be capable of doing that.
Schwarber. I think Jason Armstrong said that Tommy White led off 7 times, whatever, in his junior year.
Times.
Yeah, so he's done it before, so it wouldn't be the biggest surprise.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a big-time moment. That's just doing the numbers. That's Moneyball. But whenever obviously you have a very unique perspective of growing up here and coming to LSU games. Is it almost what you thought it would be? Because I know you're not like taking advantage of this chance. This is something that you've always wanted. You don't go from a D1 school where you've had success against LSU. You have a coach essentially say, I don't want you to leave. You didn't know if you were going to even play baseball. Like, if you're going to do anything, go to the portal. And he's like, wait, don't actually go to the portal. Like, I want you to stay. Then you get the opportunity. You get the call from LSU. Like, is it what you thought it would be whenever you walk in and kind of get to touch the grass and be on the dirt and do all the things that you thought about as a kid? I know the first game's going to hit different, but even just practice.
Yeah, definitely up to this point, I'd say so. And like you said, the first game will probably hit different, so I'm super excited for the season. But, I mean, everything up to this point has been awesome, and I try to, walk, I guess, the fine line or balance between, taking in every moment and, being super grateful and then also, locking in.
Play.
Locking in, and it's just another game, I guess, so to speak, and not letting the moment get too big. But I've had a lot of people around me, whether it's friends or family or anybody, kind of remind me, be in the moment and take in the moments because this is your last year in college and then this is something you've wanted to do your whole life. So don't let it slip by without at least taking in the moments.
Definitely.
Wait, and this came as a shock to me. They're doing a get to know the new guys for LSU baseball. You're not the oldest player on the team.
No, I'm not.
Who was it? I just saw it. He was the very last guy. I think he was from Texas, but I was like, there's no way it's not Dardar.
Yeah, no, Dax is 25 years old. I'll just get that out there now. He's a pitcher and thankfully the oldest guy on the team. I thought I was going to be the oldest guy maybe in college baseball this year, but
Dax,
not even the oldest on the team. So
that's awesome.
That's awesome. I guess now to talk about just you a little bit, what has been one of your focuses through the offseason since we last spoke, kind of getting ready since you've been here to get ready for this big senior season?
I think defense and pitch selection have been the two biggest things, and I feel like right now I'm probably the best baseball player that I've ever been in my life, just because of all the development that's going on and the coaches here that we have at LSU that have helped me. So I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I can tell.
Yeah.
You're fired up. How's these preseason scrimmages y'all have had the last couple weekends? Obviously, you'll have more coming up. How have those gone? What's it been like? Kind of where you're not in the season yet, but it feels like it, and you know it's right there around the corner.
Yeah, they've gone well. It's kind of a different mindset or tone kind of than the fall. In the fall, it's a lot more about development and less, I guess, worry about results and that sort of thing. But getting closer to the season, you start getting dialed in and have that same sort of mentality that you'll have during the season.
And then obviously when you look at some of the other new guys around you, who are some of those guys that you've started to build that relationship with, really get to know well, whether it's transfers or people that have already been in the program?
Yeah, really everybody. And I'm serious when I say this. I think I'm friends with everyone on the team already. And it's not always like that, especially in college baseball. Guys are competing for spots. It gets super competitive, and sometimes people butt heads. But this is definitely like the closest team I've been on, and it's fun. Like, I'm excited to go to work with these guys every day, especially once the games start rolling around.
Have you selected your walk-up song yet?
I have.
You have?
Set It Off by Boosie.
Yeah, of course. That's what he said he was going for. Let's go.
Yeah, I was just double-checking. I mean, you told us back in
Can't go wrong.
Was it August when we first said that? You told us what you were just making sure you held strong with it.
Yeah, for sure. That was it last year, and I had to do it this year.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not even the most controversial song on the roster.
No.
The one got banned in Omaha.
Yeah.
And that one's coming back. We'll see what goes on there. But obviously you have an injury history that has kind of slowed you down. You've continued to work through it. You continue to get better. How big of a, I guess, advancement is it having a Chris Martin in that strength and conditioning program where he comes from the best of the best, winning World Series with the Houston Astros, comes to LSU, continues to improve what the LSU baseball team looks like? Has that been a benefit to you, I'd imagine?
Yeah, absolutely. Chris is on another level when it comes to that sort of stuff. Super thoughtful with everything, and then he kind of caters it to each individual person, which I might need a little more catering to with all the
back to Louisiana.
Yeah, with all the past injuries I've had. But yeah, Chris is awesome. Isaac, our trainer, is awesome, and the recovery center over at the football center is awesome too. I pretty much live over there nowadays between like 4 and 8 o'clock when we have our time. So,
and you were here for the football season, obviously. It did not. We were excited at that point, not so excited during the season. But having your first LSU football season, even though the way that it went, I'd imagine you still got your handful of enjoyable experiences. But doing it a different way, as opposed to just being a fan, but getting to do it with the baseball team, I'd imagine that was a good time.
No, yeah, it was a fun time, and it was awesome.
First 5 weeks were great.
Yeah, I know. I thought we were gonna win the Natty. I don't know what happened after that, but. Yeah, it was awesome, and the fans were awesome. Like, I could just walk up to a tailgate and be like, "Hey, you're an LSU baseball fan? Like, I'm kind of hungry." And they're like, "Oh yeah, come in."
I know I'm new here, but
you probably never heard of me, but I am on the team. I swear.
Yeah,
there was my roster picture.
Yeah, well, now they're,
the phone.
Now that they're at the scrimmage, they're like, "He ain't on jambalaya at the tailgate."
Yeah.
2 shots of whiskey and 1 ice, Coke. He's old enough.
Yeah.
But what was it like to be an LSU athlete and get to immerse yourself in like that aspect of it? Of you were at the tailgates, but not as a fan. Like you're an LSU athlete getting to experience that kind of aspect of it.
Yeah, definitely had to hold myself to a higher standard, I guess. I have the baseball name's reputation to hold, but I mean, it was a lot of fun. There's perks with being on the team
Right,
and stuff
of
like
course.
that.
Walk right past that student section. That's what Mikey always said whenever he would go to games. He'd be like, "There's a fucking baseball team. So we've been out here for 4 hours." He'd just walk right in. He's like, "Well, national championship."
It was awesome, and it's super special. And I mean, hopefully next season we have a better season.
I mean, you probably are even surprised to see the show up for like when people get to go to scrimmages and you see. I saw Jake Brown and Wright, and there's like a gaggle of fans that are like 20 students in the student section out there. Then you have your diehards that will go to everything. I'd imagine that has to be different too for you.
No, yeah, it's crazy. That's the most people I've ever seen at a scrimmage before in my life.
And they're charting it too. They're like,
they're keeping track of stats. I go
showed
on Twitter.
plus power to the opposite field. You're like, thanks.
I had to shut down my social media because I go on Twitter after a scrimmage and people are like all commenting. I'm like, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like during the season. Like,
Oh, they come at you. Just get ready. Look, you have a defense team over here. We've done it for everybody.
Yes.
We've done it for whether it be when Roswell was in the shitter and you still had to pick him up because he's going to play, and it was Bear Jones or
Jordan
Thompson.
Yeah.
Like they'll pick somebody.
Yeah.
And so don't listen to it. Block out the noise, as they say. But at the end of the day, they want to see what's best for LSU. So if you do something right, that's when you just turn it back on for a second, kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah.
No, I know. I hit a home run in the first inter squad, and I go on Twitter, and people are like, "I'm gonna riot if Seth Dardar's not in the lineup." I'm like, "What is going on?"
What's
It's
swing?
the first scrimmage.
Welcome to LSU, baby.
Well, he is the Tiger Killer.
yeah. Welcome to LSU. The next question, obviously, what was it like? You were at Columbia, Kansas State. Now you're back home. And you guys experience home weather again. It's a little bit different than everywhere else you've been.
Bullshit with you.
Yeah, right. From summer, fall, kind of all those things. What's it been like being back home?
So awesome. like I'm so happy I'm back home, just being close to everybody I love and know, and my family being close to home. They bring me food like every weekend that I eat throughout the week. So I think honestly that might be the best part, eating some home cooked meals every week. But yeah, like I said, it's everything I dreamed of being at LSU, so it's awesome.
Family's been fired up to have you back.
Yeah, they've come to like all the inter squad games. They actually missed the first one in the spring, and I hit a home run. I was like,
y'all may not need to come to these.
Yeah, I was like,
maybe, don't show
maybe
up.
there's something going on here. Like, no, I'm joking, but it's been awesome.
Well, there is that part of it that you're excited to see family, and then it becomes like, oh, hey, can you come over and help with this? You're like, I did not miss this part of it. When Mom's like, hey, can you come do this and this? And like, pretend like I'm not here. Because that is the worst part. Like, whenever you're in college and, like, parents will come, like, there's the good part of it. And then there's like, well, actually, we need some help around the house. Like, no, just pretend like I'm not here. Huh?
You really lived this.
Yeah, I live it now.
But obviously, Lane Kiffin had a press conference yesterday, and that's brought a lot of excitement around athletics right now, of course. But he had a press conference yesterday, and he called LSU Olympic Village, where it was like you can have the best football program in the country, elite talent. You look at women's basketball, it's elite talent, gymnastics, track, and then obviously baseball. What's it like to be a part of the LSU baseball fraternity, but the bigger of it's LSU sports?
The brand.
It's the brand, you know?
No, it's awesome, and it's something that, I don't know, like I said, I try to be grateful for everything, and sometimes I sit back, even in the dining hall, and like watching the football players walk in there, and it's like, oh, I know that guy too, so it's definitely super cool, and then being a fan before this, like I kind of like know who all the players are, especially like on the football team and even here, so I have a different perspective than some of the guys, like the other guys. I'm like, look who it is, and they're like, who is that? I'm like, you know what, never mind.
4-star recruit. Watch him on signing day.
Is it funny to be a part of a program where you're on LSU, but you've grown up as an LSU fan, but you've got all these other guys from who knows where that are probably fans of like other programs? Has there been any moments of like teams matching up or butting heads over or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. And I'm always like, you're at LSU now. Like,
you got to rep the right colors.
I always mess with our assistant athletic trainer. She came from Florida, actually, and we played them this year. I was like, you better be wearing purple and gold on Saturday when we play them. But, yeah, there's always that sort of stuff.
Because we just talked to Schwarz for the LSU women's basketball team, and he was literally at the 2019 LSU-Texas game, and he went to Texas. And that was the year before he got hired by LSU. And I was like, so what were you repping? He's like, I mean, I just graduated from Texas. I'm clearly wearing burnt orange, but now it's only LSU. So they're playing Texas today. So this is his, first trip back since he's been a student there. So there's those parallels, but I don't think Columbia is on the schedule this year.
Yeah.
What are you doing for school? Like, you're done, right? Do they make you take any classes?
Yeah, I'm in classes. I'm in a couple of online classes right now. I'm doing construction management.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's used to this. He did COVID.
Yeah. You also graduated in like 2 years, and what was it? Something crazy.
Wait.
Would you graduate from?
Civil engineering.
Yeah. I think construction management's going to be a little easier.
Yeah, I mean, he was debating between going to play baseball at LSU or getting,
and take a 7-figure job. I don't think you'll be fine at construction management. That's like the first elective everybody goes for. It fills up pretty quick. Another benefit of being an LSU baseball player.
Well, that's how you know you're in the right classes when you're in there with the athletes.
Oh, yeah.
With the athletes, you're like.
When it was
I got contemporary math with Keyshawn Booty. I was like, I'm in the right spot.
Well, I was taking classes at BRCC with Jeremy Hill. I was like, in the right spot. Charles Scott, how are you here?
Dude, if you're worried about the hardness of a BRCC class, you got problems, dog.
Hey.
He's like, I got the easy BRCC class, dude.
Remedial math is tough, man. Not everybody can get it right the first time. But yeah, then it was you walked into like the sports admin building, and this was like peak. The football players did not care. Yeah. Man had his iPad up playing Need for Speed and just turning it in class. I was like, they can do whatever they want. Yeah. That would be great. Can't see a thing.
That's awesome.
Left.
Obviously, I mean, speaking of your intelligence, obviously they have a very good academic team with the athletics.
That's him.
Have you had any teammates come up to you, maybe ask you for some help on some assignments?
Not yet, because they probably know I don't want to do any schoolwork.
Fair enough.
Sometimes they're like, "Oh, bro, you're so lucky." I'm like,
"You don't know what I went
through." It's like a handout.
For a second, I'll be like, "I know, I'm sorry." I'm not. I'm like, you know what? Actually,
from Columbia. Actually,
you should whip out like an old itinerary of like, here, do this pamphlet. Get back to me.
Yeah,
but there is a contingency of the team, or at least this has been spoken about, that it's a lot of card games, a lot of blackjack, poker, and it was Curiel that ran that room for a long time. Does your brain help you at all in any of these games? Or are you gonna be like the guy like, don't invite Dardar, man's counting cards?
Yeah, Derek's actually asked me a bunch of times, like, can you come help me count cards? I go, I'll pay you a little bit of money.
Throw it around that MLB money. I'll catch you on the back end, I swear.
But yeah, now they made him the dealer a bunch, and he'll be like, you can like come with me and help me deal, and I'll pay you. I'm like, it's all right. Like,
Chauncey Billups in this thing.
I know. I'm like, bro, you're already taking everyone's money. Like, you can keep me out of this. Like, it's okay. You don't need me counting cards.
Vibes are high. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We're real excited for what the season has. So I'm sure you probably feel very similar because it's there's nothing quite like it. You know, you can already feel the weather getting better. You know, it was freezing cold a week ago.
Yeah.
And now it's getting more towards baseball weather. Should be good this weekend. Not having to play in that freezing cold weather. But you were probably a little used to it, huh? Playing in the colder weather. I
still hate cold weather, but I guess I'm
still from here.
Yeah, I still grew up here. But yeah, last week it was like 43, 45 at one of the scrimmages, and I was in short sleeves, and the umpire was like, "You got to be freezing." I was like, "We weren't allowed to wear sleeves last year if it was above 40." I'm fine right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess from your standpoint, but before we close it out, pitching, right? You obviously, you homered off of Kate Anderson last year. People make a lot about that. And then scrimmage number 1, it was off Kaysen, right? And then there are so many other talented pitchers in this roster. What have you seen from the pitching staff so far?
They're incredible. It's like our pitching staff, there's no breaks. Like a lot of times, or teams that I came from, it's like you face like the main guys or the dominant guys, and then there's some guys in the inner squads or scrimmages that it's like
a little bit of a drop off.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I can kind of get mine right here, like take a big swing or something like that. But there's no drop off on our pitching staff. I think that's the strength of our team, is the depth of our staff, and they're awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exciting.
When it comes to you, obviously you knew what you were walking into with the amount of depth that, whether they added through the portal or already had on the team. You said you were willing to play outfield. I think that those spots are spoken for.
Yeah.
But where do you see your role? Because I think this is one of Jay's strengths, if not his biggest strength, is to be able to get the buy-in. Like, obviously you already wanted to come to LSU, so it's an easier conversation. But when you see, ABs, do you feel like there's a pressure to perform in every AB, or do you know that there's a role for you no matter what, that he's kind of carved out? How does that go whenever everybody wants to play every day?
Well,
but whenever you see the talent that's there, and what Jay did last year with moving pieces around, whether it be in game, before the game, like you could be in and out of the lineup, and how do you kind of, I guess, stay consistent and have that mindset of, I guess, we over me, is essentially what Jay preaches.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely starts with Coach Johnson kind of building that mindset for us, but it's really just about showing up every day, like being where your feet are and ready to compete, whatever Coach calls on us for, whether it's starting, whether it's be ready to pinch hit when a sidearm righty comes in or whatever it is, and not really worried about, I guess, the bigger picture, but focusing on the day.
Yeah.
You've seen that buy-in from everybody that's kind of in your spot, you know what I mean, where there's these spots that obviously are spoken for, the outfield, shortstop, But there's some movement in some other places. You've seen that same buy-in from people that aren't like you, that dreamed of coming to LSU and those things, and you've seen that mindset throughout the program.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it helps a lot that we're a close team because even if I'm not in the game or someone else isn't in the game, like you're cheering for that other guy and you're almost happier for their success than you are for your own.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that's super positive for our team. And it's like we don't have any I guys on our team.
Yeah.
It's all LSU over me. So
that's awesome.
And that's what Case had said whenever we asked him, like, what's it been like going through the lineup? Because we talk about the pitching. He's like, boys, there's not a break in the lineup. It's like, who have you been able to get one by or whatever? He's like, nobody.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has competitive at bats, and it feels like that's not 1 through 9. That's 1 through 14 or 15.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it's important to know that you obviously knew that you were going to get it, but for everybody, because this is how Jay's doing it moving forward. If you're not a LSU guy and you're an I guy, and I want to go to LSU because it's the best spot to prop myself up, I don't think those guys make it on a Jay Johnson roster.
Yeah, definitely not. It's definitely team over me, and that's kind of the mindset everyone has. So I think we're in a really good spot.
In a serious moment in the dugout or the clubhouse or whatever, who is the one teammate that you cannot make eye contact with because it will make you laugh in Jay Johnson's face?
Probably Derek or Chris Stanfield.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Nice. You haven't heard Stanfield say anything.
Yeah, man, a few words, but he's funny.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's really exciting getting closer to baseball season. We cannot wait to get out there and excited to see you get after it. But we do have a lot of expectations here at Tingle & Co. There's been a lot of pressure.
Unfinished
on
business.
The athletic connections. People have not
I felt it, man.
Stopped bringing it up since the last time you were here. Because still, to this day, it's the one time we have not completed it.
It's unbelievable.
It's
Canadian.
It's Canada's fault.
It was a setup.
It was. It was. Still to this day, it's the one time because we've
when is
every
Canada Day?
Since. Whatever day Dardar came in was the
July 1st. You're gonna have to come back.
Canada Day?
Yeah, we're gonna have to conquer that one, but you'll have to earn it today as we go through our.
We've heard that this one's not gonna be Canada Day difficult.
It'll probably be deadline day.
There might be some NBA stuff, maybe.
Oh,
we'll see.
Well, we're gonna make him do it alone.
Please don't.
We thought we're like, oh, dude, he's gonna crush it. Columbia education, like no offer.
Yeah, we really built it up, and then we just.
Did we even get one category?
I don't think that. No,
Well, it's hard to compete with the big minds that come in and out this studio every single day. I mean, look, like it's not easy what we do here. I mean, come on.
Yeah, right. People laugh.
Yeah.
Put yourself in your spot.
Yeah.
On Canada Day. All right, let's get this.
A lot of expectations here. This is a big moment. A lot of people in the chat have been waiting for this day since August. Yeah, Lloyd's been locked in.
It's unfinished business.
So I see some football positions.
Yeah.
I see some quarterbacks.
Gotta be quarterbacks.
Yep.
Well, let's fire them off, boys.
Peyton, Tom, Drew, Aaron.
Yeah.
Yep. Drew.
Oh, I see some. Is that tennis tournaments?
I mean, this is like 100 times easier than the one.
Yeah. So then we have offensive tackle, safety, cornerback, tight end.
Oh, see, this is more of our honey hole.
Yeah. No, we're
Killebrew?
Fox.
Oh, they did it for us. Look
There
at
you
that.
go.
All right,
Look
you
at
gotta
that.
do the last
I mean,
four.
easy.
You gotta do the last four.
There you go.
Look.
Look at that.
Long time
Redeem
coming.
team.
Yeah. The redeem team is crazy.
I got set up the last time.
It genuinely was. I wish that we could go back and see the look on Lloyd and I's face.
No.
Because it popped up. We were like in shock, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
They're usually like layups. They're the easiest. There's maybe like one category that's confusing.
And you had 4 mistakes too.
Right, and everything. No, dude, we looked at the Canada Day one. Had no idea.
No, and I looked at each other. We just looked right at Seth. We're like, well.
Figure it out. It's just what about do you have the pet tiger? No pet tiger.
No pet tiger, unfortunately.
Weren't able
I
to
think
pull
it's illegal here. So,
Who's your roommate?
Grant Fono and Braden Simpson.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Grant Fontenot can show you a way around or two. He's been here a minute.
You did get the chain, though. The chain's sick.
Yeah. Oh, I should have brought it
You
today.
got that
I
early
forgot.
on.
Yeah. No, yeah, I love my chain.
Yeah. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Do we test our luck to try to go 13 for 13?
We can go.
It's NFL, NBA, MLB, and then
We've added another game after Athletic Connections. And
Because
this one's a little more trivia-like.
because when we did the Athletic Connections, aside from our one bugaboo, somebody in the chat was like, "Yeah, my 3rd grade kid plays this at school," and we're like, "Oh,
your
so
third
really
grade,
not."
Your 3rd grade kid's a freak, then.
Yeah, no, the teacher
Alright.
signs it up for us like, "Oh, so this is like busy work for the teachers, like Athletic Connections, right, guys? Like this can't count as school."
Yeah,
and so like let's try to test ourselves a little bit. So we have you'll see Noah the Freak Show here in a
Some Barstool
second.
Trivia.
Watch him be
You
able
get
to.
the celebrities too pretty often.
Yeah, the celebrity matchup's
I
not
don't know
just
how you
me.
do it.
It started off as a me thing. It's Henry Cavill as the man with the mustache.
Every
See.
time.
I
dude,
don't
he gets
know
it, like
who's-
sub 3 seconds.
I don't
It's
know
2 men.
I don't know whose hair that
Thanks,
is.
Lloyd.
Well, you don't ever know.
Thanks.
Yeah, you never know. But
Henry-
yeah, that's Superman's face.
Steroids.
But I don't know who's. Is that Vince Vaughn?
Vaughn?
Thanks.
Yeah, it's his last name.
All right, nice.
Why? That's your last name. Did you know that?
Yeah,
that's your
thanks.
uncle.
Dude, that's crazy. I wonder if it's spelled the same way.
It is spelled the same.
Nice.
It's either
I think
Vince
it's Vince
Vaughn
Vaughn.
or who was that freak?
From what?
We've already had him, so I think he's fatter than this.
It looks like Vince. That looks like something Vince Vaughn would wear.
Mhm.
It's
Like that
screaming
reminds
Vince
me of
Vaughn
his
to
character from Tires.
There we
go.
go.
Dang.
Dang.
NFL.
Undrafted out of Georgia, this man played for the Patriots from 2015 to 2024, became a team captain and started at center for 2 Super Bowl wins. Anybody
actually
know
don't
the
know this
Patriots
one.
starting center in 2 Super Bowl victories? I have no idea.
He's the guy. He's the
Soldier?
yeah. No, Nate
Soldier.
Soldier is a left tackle.
Yeah. It was a good guess, though, Chrissy.
Yeah.
I can see him. It's not Matt Light, is it?
I don't know. We'll see. The chat might be able to get
Surprised
it.
we don't know this one.
Gage didn't know in the
Poochie,
chat.
dig into that fucking
Gage
brain.
didn't know Vince Vaughn's name. He said, that's the freaking dude from
Average Joe's. That's the movie you picked too. I mean, I guess.
No, I mean, it's a good movie to pick, but it's Vince Vaughn. Yeah, I don't know this. I have no idea. The Patriots center from Georgia.
This one you only get one redo.
So you got to be confident.
I want to say Matt Light, but there's a burly man with a beard.
A burly man with a beard.
I know that describes a lot of centers, but he
Kelsey.
was. Maybe that's who I'm thinking.
All I can think of is the one that the Buccaneers had when Tom went to Tampa. That I can't remember his name, but that's the one I think of. But it's not him.
Andrews?
That's Gage, though.
Yeah, it is Gage. Something Andrews.
That is
I
Gage.
don't know.
You
We'll
might
go.
be
We'll go
guessing.
back to the NFL.
Oh, wait. David Andrews?
Posey might
Cook,
know.
Posey, Cook.
He's got
Posey's
a big brain
digging
over
in
there.
his brain right now. With his White Sox hat on.
Yeah, he.
If you get
Oh,
drafted by the White Sox, this is your biggest fan right
This
now.
might be foreshadowing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Who'll get your jersey?
Yes, I will. That will happen.
you'll have one fan. But the White Sox, obviously, not the biggest brand, I guess you could say. It also
This is the first White Sox fan
I've
met.
ever met, and the Pope. So you're in good company there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's I don't think you want to be on too many lists with the Pope, but
We'll take that one.
See, no, nah. I can't get behind that.
Wow.
but we also aren't White Sox fans because how they did our boy Jay Mitch.
Yeah.
So
It was unfortunate.
you don't want to go there.
Gage
Actually,
Evans-
turn it down. Play hardball. Do like the John
You think you
Elway
can get
thing.
one more year of eligibility after this season?
I wish.
Yeah, our owner's not going to pay you very much. Going over the checkbook.
He's actively recruiting against his favorite team. David Andrews is what Glimmer says. Gage says he was like number 60 or something.
Nice,
Yeah.
Gage. We'll
Yeah,
do it.
obviously.
Yeah, every offensive lineman
Obviously,
He's
Gage.
like number 3.
We'll go with David Andrews. There we
Ah,
go.
there we go. Chat.
There you go. Poggi had it too. Shout
Yes,
out.
chat. Poggi.
Al Harrington, Jonathan Bender, Jamal Tinsley helped this team make the 2004 Eastern Conference Finals. It's the
Tinsley.
Indiana Pacers. Yeah.
How did Jonathan Bender end up on this list?
Here we go.
Oh, here you
Come
go.
on, be a
baseball
White
guy.
Sox.
It's the Red Sox.
Even better. There you go. Books. A 2012 memoir about a woman's solo hiking trip through the Pacific Crest Trail after numerous personal problems was adapted into this 2014 Reese Witherspoon film.
Not a clue.
Lost.
Lost is crazy.
Eat, Pray, Love.
I don't know this this Reese Witherspoon film.
Eat, Pray, Love was like Jennifer Gardner or something.
She's hot.
Doesn't do it for me.
Really?
Too much. Too gummy.
No. I when I was younger, I really liked Jennifer.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean. Yes, but I kind of like it.
Oh. Like if that was me, that's a surgery.
She could gum me all day.
No, I don't think she takes them out.
What?
Takes her teeth out. Those are in there.
Take what I can get.
Into the Wild, Legally Blonde 3.
Legally Blonde 3. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
Legally Blonde 3?
No, Into
No,
the
we put
Wild.
Into the Wild.
All right, cereal.
Oh, it was Gage. Fuck.
Yeah, you should have known
Gage.
better. Berry and Honey are alternative varieties of this brand of General Mills corn puff cereal. Is this Captain Crunch?
I want to say
you're
it
right.
is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
Captain.
Captain Crunch. Solid. Oh.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
not. Wow. God, we were falling apart here.
We have
The
only
Curse
one
of
double
Dardar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Sing this.
2.5
Is this a song?
I love this. Men, manly men. Ah.
And it's the little boy.
This is one of the 6 shows I've ever
Yeah.
watched in my life.
Oh, he's vegging.
Co-wrote and produced this critically panned 2012 comedy starring Nick Schwarz and Christina Ricci, called A Dork Who Tries to Become an Adult Film Star.
This is The Ringer.
No, adult film star.
What's his name? Is like Bucky. Type in Bucky. Bucky Larson. There it
Yeah,
is.
that's Nick Swartzen all over it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
George Michael song. Well, I guess it would
There's
be
only
nice
one
if
I
I
know.
could touch your body.
That's one way to flirt. I guess. It would be nice.
Yeah.
It was Tricks.
Oh, yeah, it is Tricks. Yeah.
They're for kids.
Are you sure?
No. No, that's what Fawn said.
That's what Fawn said. I don't know this George Michael song.
There's
I
only
know
one
one George Michael song.
Careless Whisper.
Yeah, it's
That's the only one, yeah. I don't think it
This
starts
is-
like that.
It
though.
does sound
Is
like a
it
Careless
Careless Whisper?
Whisper. Oh, somebody says Faith.
Is that a George Michael song?
Mm-hmm.
Worth a try.
It does sound like a Careless Whisper, though.
I mean, I know Careless Whisper, and I don't recognize these words from that song.
There we go. It's double dip. The chip.
So that one was right.
Yes.
It was Faith.
Books we're not going to know.
We don't know the book. We can get the cereal. Is it Tricks? Do they have Honey Tricks?
That's what I was going to say. Honey Tricks seems odd.
Or it's Kicks.
Kicks?
You ever had Kicks?
I've never had Kicks.
I know they both have like a berry thing. It would be KX.
It's KX, yeah.
It was Kicks.
It was
Oh, wow.
Kicks.
Shout
Hey.
Poach.
There you go, Coach.
Gee,
I
cereal
know my
guy.
cereal, man.
Bang.
There we go. Well, we didn't go 13 for 13, but we avenged the athletic connections, and you got to see the brain power of our team over here. It's special.
Impressive.
But we'll definitely we'll get you back in here once the season gets rolling for sure, because we cannot wait for LSU baseball in Alec Box Stadium, and I'm sure you're pretty excited as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait.
Counting down the days.
What's the game you're most looking forward to, aside from the first?
I don't know. That's a tough question. All of them.
That's
There
true.
you go. Good answer.
SEC Stadium you want to play in the most, aside from
Besides
Alec
ours?
Box? Yeah.
Any one of those rinky-dink ones that you can hit a pop
Yeah,
fly.
Georgia.
Yeah, we have a lot of go-to-away series this year.
Yeah.
We go to both schools in Mississippi and Tennessee and Georgia.
Tennessee lost a little bit of its luster.
Yeah.
You think?
Well, I mean,
Well, I mean,
they lost
they're
they lost
certainly
their
good.
they lost their Jesus.
Yeah.
They lost
I
their
think
guy.
Mississippi State will be really cool. And Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Oh, Ole Miss is going to have
be-
some juice
yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
gonna
going to
have some
carry
fire behind
over.
it.
State will too. Both of those hate us now, so they're going to set attendance records. Both
Yeah.
of them.
That'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah,
And a lot of television. You're going to be on ESPN, ESPN2. Like, And I was telling this to Mikey and J-Mitch, like, this is what happens when you win national championships. Like, who else are they going to pick? And I was like, that is true because you've been hunting it. And I don't think now it's like this merging of college baseball kind of taking over this part of the year, where it's never been more popular.
Right.
And now they're seeing that and putting it on TV. So to have those amount of games on national television will be exciting as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, super cool.
It'll be big time. But
Hey, come here.
Playing at Georgia will be nice in that little tiny little league field they got.
Yeah.
Oh, do y'all go to Georgia?
Yep.
Oh, Wes.
Yeah, Wes Johnson, former LSU pitching coach. The head
Over
guy.
under.
Oh, we're setting stat lines here. Nice.
14 and a half?
Well, last year was 13.
Yeah.
It was 13 to K-State. You don't have to answer that question.
Yeah.
Don't put yourself in that
12 and a half. Book it.
But somebody's they're gonna screen record this.
Yeah, really.
They're gonna post it throughout the season.
He's number chasing.
His number we know he is.
He's number chasing.
Lloyd Courtney got him.
Be in the back, like,
The NCAA.
send one.
Yeah, really.
Up top.
No,
I'm so excited for you, man. This is going to be so much fun.
Thank you.
God, dude, and just all the talent around, like just everybody, you know what I mean? Where, like Lloyd said, Kaysen sitting there saying there's no breaks in the lineup. You're sitting there saying there's no breaks in the bullpen. It's LSU.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome. This is for sure the best team I've ever been on. So, and it's comforting, like having all those guys around you.
Right.
Like, so, it's awesome. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
it can take a little bit of pressure off your shoulders a little bit.
Yeah,
when you
for
know
sure.
you have 1 through 9 around you that can just rake.
Yeah, for sure.
Who do you think hits the ball the hardest on the team? I know we can see the numbers, the stat cast. They'll do that.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
from
a
your
freshman
eyes.
Mason
Braun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crushes it.
Yeah, he does.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's going to be exciting.
Toughest guy you faced so far in our squad? For you.
I think I've had the toughest with Schmitty, but really, like, all of our pitchers. I mean,
It's funny, they're both saying the same thing. That's
Yeah,
the level
yeah,
of
yeah,
competition pretty high.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's fun. Definitely iron sharpens iron. Like, it's
Yeah.
making us all better. So,
Any new nicknames? Or is it still Dardar Binks?
yeah, just Dardar. Really, just Dardar.
Double D.
Double D.
Onk sometimes.
Oh, nice.
I try to push that one on Dax.
Yeah. You can't wear that crown right now.
I would take it, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this
me.
This is our uncle.
Yeah.
All right,
You can't
Neff.
tell. Neff?
Neff. Call him back Neff.
Oh, we had a kid in high school. His name was Tyler Neff. We called him Neff. He had a foot job fetish.
All right.
And he's trying to get him in school.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
shoot for the moon, land amongst the stars.
Don't let him sneeze on you. That's just contagious, man.
I think he did get one.
At school?
Yeah.
One what?
Well,
Foot job.
Wait.
Yeah, because he came to the locker room, was bragging about it. And we're like, dude, if you keep trying, it's gonna happen.
Brother.
And so that's a testament to his character.
Every
really.
day we get more insight into how Lloyd turned into what he is now.
Wasn't me.
Yeah.
It just happened. I get information out of people.
Yeah, that's true.
Was he
Easy
the
to
same
share
one?
with.
Was he the same one that would roll up in a ball and y'all kick around?
No, that was in elementary school. Shout out Nicholas Paul, wherever you
Oh my
are.
Name
gosh.
dropping?
First
I
and
don't.
last name.
Yeah,
The name drop is crazy. The name drop is the worst part.
I don't think Nicholas Paul is in a place to get the internet.
He's in a ball.
He ate his whole religion book, full of the Lord.
Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy.
He literally would be like, "Oh, I couldn't do the reading," and it's like, "You ate it. You ate the book." He got caught. That was the only time I've ever seen him embarrassed.
He got caught.
Well, yeah, he opened up his book, and then half chewed. He was like, "I know you don't have a dog." It was him, and he ate it in class, so he got rolled around a little bit on behalf of the Lord.
Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, God bless you, Lloyd.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All things I had to put up with.
Yeah.
You know?
Taking it out on us now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got a fucking we got a crew here.
Yeah, that's true. You got a good-looking team.
That's right. Got better today.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Seth, we appreciate you coming in again, of course. And
Yeah, thank y'all for having me on.
Of
It was
course,
a pleasure.
We'll definitely have you back.
Yeah,
season
for sure.
gets rolling.
And now you have to do mic'd up because I told Mikey that he was coming on. He's like, "Why did you be booking for mic'd up?" I was like, "We have a relationship. I can do some baseball, Mikey." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna get him next." I was like, "Good, get him. I want him to come on."
Yeah, I'll go on.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
But we'll appreciate you once again. We'll have you again soon, and we'll take a quick break, come back, and close it out right after this.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granning at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody hanging out with us here on this Thursday morning. We'll be back tonight. We're going to be live for LSU women's basketball, number 4 versus number 5, Texas versus LSU. I wonder if the line's opened up there yet on FanDuel.
Well, Posey, you saw it,
we're
huh?
taking it.
The line
For
Texas LSU women's.
No, I didn't see it.
Let's see. I'm seeing if it's opened up yet.
Schwarz said they should be underdogs.
Nope, nothing yet.
Yep.
Nothing yet. So we're taking the spread for LSU women's basketball when it pops up. But what was your other pick? It was UAB money line. Posey's picks. He's 2 for 2 right now, 2-0.
I got a pick for y'all tonight.
What you got?
Over under 3.5 bites of brisket for me tonight that I will be destroying.
I'll go
Just that, like,
over.
what do you mean?
They're gonna be big bites.
Big bites. Not
That's
little
what I'm
bites.
saying.
I just like trying to take down a piece and
Yes.
House it.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you-
like one piece of.
No, the entire thing. Y'all aren't getting any.
oh.
I'm tearing this brisket
Oh,
up.
you're saying 3.5
15
bites
pounds.
for you to finish all the brisket?
Yes, all of it.
I'll take the over.
Give me under. I think you can do it in 3.
Yeah, I mean 2.5.
I'm happy to try.
If you
That's
pull it
all
off
that matters, boys.
Well, we'll be
Put
back.
it into your lip like a dip and just suck on it the whole game.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's like the beef jerky dip whenever you're a little kid.
Oh yeah.
You stuff the
And then you actually
teriyaki beef jerky in your
you
lip.
put real dip in there and nobody looked at you any the wiser.
Didn't do that.
No.
All right.
Just
Lloyd's childhood.
Yeah, it's crazy. But we'll be live 8 p.m. tonight for tip-off LSU women's basketball versus Texas. Make sure you join us then, and we'll be back tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
You're more than welcome to come get some brisket. Watch the game with us, Seth.
Sweet.
Rohan Davey, former LSU quarterback, smoked us some brisket. So
All right.
feel free.
Yeah, I'm down.
We'll see you guys tonight and tomorrow morning.
Bring extra whiskey.